What's good, grind schoolers? It's your boy Rob, and we back in the shop today. So today, what we got going down is we are going to start on the body mounts for the car. I was gonna sand it down first, but I don't have the decals back yet, and I still gotta order some activators. So I was like, you know what? Let me just do the body mounts instead of clearing the car. The reason being is because I don't want to sand the car down and have it sitting for too long before I flow coat it. I'd rather just sand it down, get right to flow coating, done. You know what I'm saying? So I decided to do the body mounts first now that the doors are on. And we already have our first dilemma. I went ahead and tried to take one of them out so that I can go get the bolts for the mounts or whatever. And unfortunately, we already broke one, and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. And no, I'm not using no power tools. I broke it by hand using a 3/8 inch ratchet. So I wasn't even putting too much pressure on it. It's just so rusted or corroded that it just snapped off. So I gotta figure out how to get that out, because I don't really know at this point how that's gonna happen. But anyways, man, I'm gonna flip this camera around. I'm not gonna talk too long because I want to get right to work and getting this thing done. I got to really figure out how to get that bolt out. So hopefully that was the only one and we don't have a problem with the rest of them. I did end up breaking like one or two on the Elco that I've never gotten out because where they're at is so close to the gas tank, and we got to use heat in order to, you know what I'm saying, get them out. So I just left it until I like undercoat the car, get the gas tank out, do all that kind of stuff. But on the Monte Carlo, we got to go all the way full from front to back. So we got to figure it out. And then, yeah, I don't know. So anyways, I'm going to flip the camera around. Before we jump into the video, go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Yeah, let's get to it. All right, y'all. So good thing is, you know, I wasn't even going to start doing this yet. So we have plenty of time before I got to get the body mounts in. I mean, it's not a rush or anything. I already got one out on the passenger side. I tried to get this one out and it snapped right off. Again, I didn't use any power tools or nothing. I literally used a 3/8 inch ratchet and it snapped right off into my hand. So unfortunately, that one is done for. I think there's plenty of, actually no. Wow. No, there might be. I don't know, man. I don't know how I'm gonna get that out now. To be honest with you, to be completely honest with you, I don't know. We're gonna have to now do some research here. So I think I could put some vice grips on it and melt a crayon, and the crayon will get down in there and, you know, be like wax or whatever, and I should be able to get it out that way. I'm hoping, fingers crossed. I PB blasted these things a couple of times, so, you know, I know somebody will say, yo, just throw some PB blaster in there, let it soak. I've already done that. It wasn't the PB blaster that was the problem. I think it was just that this was so corroded at this particular point that it just, you know, it just decided to snap off. And I'll show you how that happens on this one that I got out. This one I got out, see how it like is like skinny in the middle right here? So eventually, after so much time, it just gets eaten away right here, and it's super easy. So this is the midpoint between here and the threads. It'll snap right off, and that's what happened. The bolt head snapped right off on the Elco. Like, I got plenty of length on the actual bolt itself, but just right here, it was just so corroded that these things snap off. So I know with all of these frame off cars, you know what I'm saying, that people are doing, I know I'm not the only one that's snapping bolts. So, you know, and like I said, I know a lot of people will say, yo, you know, don't use power tools for this reason, because it'll snap them right off. I wasn't even applying that much pressure. I was just using the small ratchet, trying to pull it, and you know, it snapped right off of there. I was afraid that one was gonna snap because it was still kind of tight. Again, used the PB blaster and all that kind of stuff, but this one, I think we might be good because there's access that I can get. And I saw that, you know, for rusted bolts, you can melt a crayon and it'll get down in there in the threads and basically lubricate the threads, and you should be able to get it out. So I'm hoping that I'm able to get that out. I'm lucky that it's the one in the front. I hope that we don't have any problems back here. I know Dash had an issue with the one where the castle nut is. I don't know where that's at. One of these last two. And so I'm hoping that I don't have an issue there either. But, you know, fingers crossed. I'm gonna just take my time, really kind of work the screw back and forth a little bit, just to kind of loosen it up, break it loose on all the rest of them, and then go on from there. But we are now officially on our way to getting all of this stuff done. I got all the brand new, body mounts, which, you know, I've had these for a very long time now. I think I got them probably like January, February, something like that. So yeah, I've had these since probably like January, February or something. You can see all the dust and dirt on the box, but I'm ready to get these done. So got the brand new polyurethane joints. Only thing is with these body mounts, they don't come with bolts. So you got to get your own bolts, and that's the reason why I started taking that one out so I can go get the bolts, match it up perfectly. And I remember I had to do that with the Elco as well. And also I decided to go with black because red wouldn't match. It wouldn't make any sense to go with red because there's nothing that's red on this car. And obviously our paint scheme is black and all that kind of stuff. With the Elco, I went with red because, you know, there's red components on the Elco. So like the motor's red, you know, MSD box and all that kind of stuff, transfer out is all red. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get to the store and get 8 bolts. No, 8, what am I talking about, 8? I'm gonna get 12 bolts. So it's 14 body mounts from the front to the back, but number 5 doesn't have a bolt. It just sits down into the top of the frame. So it's not really something that you got to get a bolt for. So I need 12 bolts. There's 14 body mounts, 7 on this side, 7 on that side. And yeah, so I need to go get some bolts. I'm gonna get grade A stainless steel, of course. And yeah, damn, that sucks to start out that way. Anyways, we're gonna figure it out. We got plenty of time. It's not gonna get done today, obviously, but you know, I'm gonna work on it throughout the week. And if it takes me, you know, if I gotta do 1 at a time, 2 at a time, then that's what I'll do. I'm not like too pressed to get everything done. They don't take that long. It's just, you gotta be real tedious and real careful that it doesn't break. So let me go ahead and spin to the store, get a bolt or get a set of bolts, and then we'll figure that out later, I guess. All right, y'all. So, fail. I broke this one. You guys saw that in the last clip. I was trying something else. I was trying to put a nut onto the other one and spin it off like backwards. That didn't work. And so I was gonna try to start, you know, melting a crayon, because I saw that worked. The wax gets in between the threads and makes it easier to turn, and put some vice grips on the bottom and try to twist it. But I have since decided not to do that either, because unfortunately, I broke another bolt. And yeah, it sucks. So I broke the center bolt right here. You can see it on the ground there. I broke that one. This one came out, but that is going to conclude our mission on these bolts. I didn't want to. I wanted to do this before I got the rest of the car done, but unfortunately, I don't want to keep breaking bolts. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get an induction heater and heat the bolts and then pop them off. I've already soaked them in PB Blaster. I've already done that multiple times, and for whatever reason, they're just. I'm not applying any pressure at all, you know, besides a 3/8 inch ratchet. I even tried on that bolt to use a 1/2 inch ratchet with a cheater on there, and it started to twist a little bit, and I applied not that much pressure at all on this one here, and it just snapped. I tried to use my cheater so I could give a little bit more leverage without like forcing it too much, and it just snapped. So yeah, I'm not using no impact or nothing like that. I know somebody might say that. No impact, nothing. I'm literally using my arm strength, and that's it. And I'm not even using that much. I didn't use that much torque on this one. It started to twist, I feel like, and then it just snapped on me. You can kind of see how brittle these things are, you know. I guess that one you can't really see, but let me see if I can find another one. Yeah, this one is the one that came out, but you could just see how corroded it is in any, like, it's very, very, very corroded. I'm surprised this one even came out, but look how thin that is. It's supposed to be as thick as this. So this whole piece is a liability. I went and got some new ones, 8 grade bolts. They just don't have the pointy tip on it, but 8 grade bolts that we're gonna go ahead and toss in once I can get those other ones out. But the kit doesn't come with bolts. I don't know why. I don't know why, because I guess they assume that you'll use these again, but you know, let's be honest, like most of those are not gonna be good to use. So whatever, man. So I'm gonna shift gears and I'm gonna switch back to trying to get the rest of this paint job done, because we are starting to get into the fall, or it's almost fall, and I don't want to run out of time to flow coat the car, which I'm not, you know what I mean? It'll probably take me a day or two to sand down the whole rest of the car and then re-clear, so it's not that big of a deal. I just got to order the activator for the clear. I was trying to wait a little bit to get the body mounts done, but since we're not going to do that, we're just going to re-clear the car, fix all the blemishes that need to be fixed, and then that would be completely done, and I could put the entire car back together at that point. And also I was thinking too, like I could set the motor and transmission in, excuse me, after I don't have to flip the motor over no more, and it's completely like done. Like I don't have to have all the sensors and stuff, but all the torque and everything has to be done in order for me to put the transmission and motor in the car, get the flex plate, pulley, get the output shaft for the transmission, get all that stuff done, and we can slap it into the car, and then everything will be together, and then I could put the whole front clip on and get all that stuff squared away. And then as soon as I do that, I think I'm gonna take the motor out of the Impala. I've been yearning. I sat in the Impala the other day, and I'm just like, man, I need to drive my cars. Like I need to get these things on the road. So I don't know how long it's gonna take me. Depends on my time and availability, but I'm gonna do the best that I can and start really knocking things out. I know I took a little bit of a break, but you know what I'm saying? Like I haven't been super motivated. After I got the thing painted and got the doors on and everything, I haven't been super motivated, because it's like just doing work for it to sit, doing work for it to sit, doing work for it to sit. And I know obviously I have an end goal, but you know, I've done a lot in such a short period of time, at least for me, one person. And I'm just kind of like, man, like, but I am trying to get myself to the finish line. So, and I want to like clean up space still. I was just motivated to get the doors on the car because it was taking up so much space over there. So now the doors are on the car and it's not that much space. It was kind of like a goal of mine. So, I was okay with that stopping point, taking a break, but you know what I'm saying? It's time to get this thing done. So, like I said, I'm going to order the stuff. I'll send the car back down. I'll get the decals laid, and then, yeah, we'll go ahead and go from there, and then start trying to get this motor in the car, just so I can get to the Impala, because the Impala it needs to be drivable, man. And I think I've figured out a direction. I'll probably make a separate video on here. I know I decided that, or I said that I wanted to do the sledgehammer thing, but the sledgehammer thing might be a stretch right now. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want the car just to sit here. Not to say that I won't do it ever, but I think I just want to drive the car. I just want to drive something. Something got to get driven. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to have my fun in my cars. I don't want them to just be, you know, garage art. You feel me? So anyways, that was a huge setback, dilemma, whatever. And it sucks, but I mean, there's ways to rectify it. Even if I got to pull the car all the way off the frame and, you know, weld a nut onto the screw and then heat it up and pull it out, that's what we'll just have to do. I hope I don't have to go that far, but if I do, then it is what it is, man. So anyways, that kind of sucks. That sucks real bad. Epic fail. I kind of felt like it was probably going to happen though, just because of how it looked before I painted everything, and sanded everything down. It was just kind of whatever. And then also the rust areas on the car, it's kind of like, that might be the case. So whatever, we'll see what happens. But next thing, we're just gonna go ahead and sand this thing down. All right, y'all, that's gonna be it for this video, man. I hope y'all, well, there ain't really nothing to enjoy, you know what I'm saying? The bolts broke. I had planned on a super different video, and I know I've been, you know what I'm saying, going for a little second, you know, but I just needed a break away from the cars and stuff like that, and I've been super busy, like crazy busy, not having not one day to really chill and whatever. So and you know, the video's been kind of slacking. And then also too, like there's really nothing else for me to do. I mean, actually there is, but I haven't been motivated to do it, you know what I'm saying? And so now I need to get out here and start sending the car down, making sure that we get all of that together, so that I can go ahead and respray it. So next video you might see, we'll probably be sanding the car back down and relaying the stripes and doing everything. I don't know how far I'm gonna go in that video. We'll see, but yeah, I want to like detail this process too, because this process, hopefully I can rectify all the blemishes that are on the car, at least most of them, so that it comes out as perfect as possible. And then the clear coat will lay super flat instead of what it looks like right now. So anyways, man, like I said, I hope you kind of enjoyed it. There wasn't really nothing to, you know, enjoy, but, you know, it sucks for me, but we'll figure it out eventually, because that's the only way to go. We got to figure it out. It just won't be today or in this video. So anyways, man, go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Always remember, work hard so you can live free.